I caught the scent of gasoline before I saw the flames. I'd just gotten off my night shift at Millie's Diner, running coffee and pie to truckers, night owls, and the broken-hearted. My legs were sore, my eyes stung from exhaustion, and all I wanted was to curl into bed. But halfway up the creaking steps to our second-story apartment, something stopped me cold. That smell. Acrid. Sharp. Chemical. Something was terribly wrong. Then I heard my dad's voice, low and furious through the paper-thin walls. "This ends tonight." My name is Emily Carson. I'm 27 years old, and for the last 5 years, I've lived a secret life. To my parents, I'm the shameful daughter who refused to settle down, who wastes her time scribbling in old notebooks when I should be baking casseroles and making babies. But by night, I write. I build worlds where women rule kingdoms, solve murders, slay dragons, or fall in love on their own terms. I've poured everything into those stories. Hundreds of thousands of words. 5 full novels. And every one of them, hidden under my bed, tucked in boxes and buried beneath sweaters and shame. Because I knew. God, I knew. If they found out, they'd destroy me. And somehow, someone must have seen. Someone told. I fumbled with my keys, hands trembling. When I finally pushed the door open, I stepped into a nightmare. There they were. My father, David, standing by the wood-burning stove, feeding page after page into the fire. My mother, Carol, crouched beside him with a red gas can, soaking my manuscripts before he threw them in. My stories. My life. My soul, turning to smoke. No! I screamed, lunged, but Dad grabbed my wrist like a steel trap. "Finally caught her," he hissed. "Thought we wouldn't find out?" Carol stood up, brushing her hands off on her apron like she'd just finished making biscuits. "Mrs. Langley saw you at the post office. Sending your filth off to New York. They're publishers." I shouted, trying to wrench free. "Those were my novels." "Novels," she sneered. "Women don't write novels, Emily. They write thank-you notes and shopping lists." Tears blurred my vision. "Please. You don't understand." "I understand plenty," David snapped. He shoved me hard, and I stumbled back. "You've been sneaking around, lying, filling your head with garbage instead of focusing on what matters. You're 27. Your cousin Lauren had 2 kids by your age." "I don't want kids," I cried. Slap. Carol's hand cracked across my cheek so fast I didn't even see it coming. "Don't you dare disrespect motherhood," she spat. My lips bled. My heart broke. And as I stared into the fire, I saw the last story vanish, the one I'd spent 2 years writing. The love story that healed me. The mystery that had consumed my every thought. The fantasy epic I'd dreamed about since I was 15. Gone. "David, look at this trash," Carol said, holding up a half-burned page. She stood at the edge of the cliff, the rebellion rising behind her. "A rebellion," Dad growled. "This is what happens when you give a girl too much education." He snatched the page and tossed it into the flames. "You're insane," I whispered. Not shaking. Not screaming. Just done. "We're your parents," Carol said coldly. "We're saving you. On Monday, you're meeting Hank, the hardware store owner's son. He's a good man. Hard-working. You'll marry him." "I'm not marrying anyone," I snapped. David's face turned beet red. "You'll do what you're told, or you're out. No more writing. No more nonsense. Find a husband or find another roof." They left me standing there, firelight flickering over the ruins of my life. They had no idea about the USB drives I stashed in my locker at the diner. No clue about the cloud backups, or the email address under my pen name, Ellie Monroe. And certainly not the agent who had called me last week, offering a 3-book deal and a national tour. They thought they'd won. But they had no idea what I'd built in secret. By Monday morning, I was a ghost in my own home. I played along. Set the table. Nodded. Smiled. Obeyed. And then, over breakfast, I said it. I've been thinking. Maybe you were right about Hank. Carol lit up like Christmas morning. Oh honey, I knew you'd come around. That silly writing was just. The phone rang. Dad stiffened. Nobody called during breakfast. It rang again. I'll get it, I said, already halfway to the receiver. Ellie Monroe. The voice on the line was crisp and impatient. This is Dana Carter from Beacon Publishing. Where the hell are you? Your flight landed hours ago and your signing at Barnes & Noble starts in 2. Every bone in my body ignited. I'm so sorry, I said, eyeing my parents. Family emergency. Family emergency? Ellie, we've got the late Empress on shelves nationwide. The Times is calling it a modern classic. Fix it now. Dad was out of his chair in seconds. Who is this? He bellowed, snatching the phone. Who are you? Dana snapped. I'm looking for Emily Carson, pen name Ellie Monroe, best-selling debut author. There's no one by that name here, he growled. Wait, is this her dad? Listen, your daughter signed a $500,000 contract. She misses this tour, and she's in breach. You will be sued. The phone slipped from his fingers. I caught it mid-air. Dana, it's me. I'll be on the next flight. Thank God. And Emily, tell your story. People are going to want to hear it. When I turned to face my parents, they looked like strangers. $500,000. Carol whispered. For the first 3 books. David stared at me like he'd never seen me before. You lied to us. You burned my life's work. We were protecting you. From what? I shouted. Joy. Independence. From becoming more than just someone's daughter or wife. You think you're better than us, he growled. No, I said softly. But I know I'm better than what you tried to reduce me to. I started packing. New York. LA, Chicago. 12 cities. 3 weeks. After that. Wherever I want. You can't just walk out. Carol cried. I zipped my duffel bag shut. You burned my stories. But you didn't burn me. Fire doesn't destroy a phoenix. It wakes her up. This is our house, David hissed. Our rules. I tossed a check onto the kitchen table. 6 months' rent. After that, it's your house again. We don't want your blood money. It's not blood money. It's mine. Every cent earned with the talent you tried to bury. You'll regret this, Emily. No, I said. You will. When my book is in every store, when my name is on every shelf, you'll remember what you tried to burn. I walked to the door. If you leave, don't come back, David called. I paused. I wasn't planning to. Outside, the cab was waiting. I'd booked it Saturday night, the moment I knew they were going to make me choose. The driver helped with my bag. As we pulled away, my phone buzzed. Emily. Dana's voice again. We need your backstory. Something raw. Powerful. What did you overcome to get here? I stared out the window, watching the past fade behind me. Everything, I said. I overcame everything. Perfect. The world's going to love you. And Emily. Yeah. The early reviews are calling your book a firestorm of feminine rage and triumph. I smiled. You have no idea. As we hit the highway and the city skyline came into view, I thought about fire. How it can burn down a life. Or set it ablaze in the best way. They thought they erased me. But they freed me instead. And this was just chapter 1.